of in some form or fashion in the past. And I think the Blue Ribbon Commission talked to a lot of people, workers. They talked to a lot of foster parents, foster youth. I do think they did a great job of pulling a lot of things together, but many of those things, most of those things have already been identified, and we're either working on them or those are things that we're considering and looking at the legal and physical implications.
Now, one thing in the report was forming another watchdog agency that would oversee everything.
Yes.
Yeah, I read that part.
Well, and I think that is an issue that has gotten some discussion going. And, you know, anytime you form a commission or an oversight body, there are people who are for it and there are people who are against it. The Board of Supervisors provides the ultimate oversight for everything that goes on in L.A. County government, and so I report to them, and they've certainly been involved. And I don't know where that recommendation will come out in the scheme of things.
If I, could voice my opinion, having another agency, I think is nuts. But I don't know that would be the answer.
Yeah, I don't know if it would be nuts in my opinion. I don't know enough about it, Mr. Browning, but I think that you can't really go wrong when you're trying to safeguard the kids. And I like the report because it itemized the faults and it itemized what you have implemented to do something different. And I appreciated it.
Strengths and challenges.
Yeah.
Well, I do think anytime there's a review, and frankly we have audits and reviews by the county auditors, the state auditors, by the federal government, by the civil grand jury, by the DCFS Commission, which has been around 30 years this month. So we've had over 800 recommendations in the last 6 or 7 years, 96% of which have either been fully implemented or partially implemented. Mm-hmm. So I think we've taken recommendations in the past and have really implemented them. I think we're and there's no perfect system, and we always need a review to help us look at what we're doing internally. So I really appreciate the Blue Ribbon Commission coming together with such a great group of individuals and making recommendations, and we're going to be providing a report back to the Board of Supervisors. The board asked that the CEO, County Council, and the department look at all the recommendations and provide a report back with just 30 days to do that.
The one thing that was evident in the report was that the dependency court is they have too many cases. Okay, there are way too many. And then the amount of cases that the social workers have are too much. And the one obvious thing was you need more people.
Well, and I think the Board of Supervisors has just authorized us hiring 450 new people, and so we've actually hired about 250 of those individuals, and they're going through a brand new training program. Mm-hmm. It's a 52-week training program with a lot of simulations. That it's the only one in the country like it, and so I think we're going to have a great workforce after everyone goes through this new training cycle. We're on target to hire these additional workers, which will bring the caseloads down to a much more manageable level. But you're right that we do need additional staff, and we do need the public to help us. I think one of the reasons why we have as many cases as we do is that the public at large has seen a situation, maybe next door, that they've actually called into our hotline, our 1-800 Child Protection line, which has meant that we have to actually send staff out to investigate.
Yeah, and that's crucial, and that's why I think that we enjoy doing this, and we want to do more with the agency, because we need to have the frame of mind that it's our kids. We may not have birthed them, but if they are in an environment that's harmful to them, it's harmful to us in the long run. And nobody, this morning I saw a post on, now thankfully it didn't happen in California, but it was in Georgia. A 6-year-old was put into a crate with a brick on their head, and the mother and the mother's girlfriend was pouring syrup and a cat litter on top of the kid's head. And the kid was screaming, "Please don't kill me." I'm so tired of hearing it. And I also want to get rid of the stigma between you're only a foster parent because you want to get money, because I'm going through the program right now, as you well aware, and it's not about the money, and it is about getting quality people that are educated, that understand the abuse that these poor kids have gone through, that want to make a difference. And I'm so, when I first spoke to you, I said to my co-host, I don't know why this man took this job.
Well, and I think you're right, Angelina, that we need more foster parents. 5 or 6 years ago, we had twice as many options for foster parents. Over a period of time, some of them have gotten older and haven't been able to continue. And so we really do appreciate your show for highlighting the need for foster parents. That's a critical function, so that we can take a child that may have been abused by their biological parents and put them in a safe environment. And that's really what it's all about, is keeping kids safe.
Well, Angie and I have both been through MAPS, and I really think we wouldn't need as many foster parents if everybody was required to take that course prior to,
It should be in every high school.
Yeah.
It should be, forget about Lamaze, breathing through your labor. You need a MAP class before you have this child. And I don't understand why we haven't all got on board with that, because it's pretty obvious. But I have a question for you, Director Browning. I'm in their MAP class, and in the MAP class that I'm in, there's a social worker that will be taking care of all of the individuals in the class and evaluating them. And then there's 2 women that actually teach the class. So it's done in tandem. And my question is, I understand that the caseload of the amount of children that you have is tremendous. So do you have like a group that deals with like 40 kids, and it's like 3 or 4 individuals, that everybody's eyes are always on each one of these kids to make sure that they're being handled correctly? Is that how it works?
Well, I think we have several types of workers in the department, one of which is an adoption worker that would actually approve a prospective adoptive parent. We also have a caseworker that would go out in the middle of the night and might remove a child. And then we have a different worker, which is called a continuing service worker, that has a caseload, and they follow that child from the time they get that case through the time the child is placed in another environment. I do think that the MAP class that you're talking about provides a review and an overview of the program, and lets foster parents or potential foster parents know about what the obligations are, what the rewards are for being a foster parent. Frankly, we need to do a little bit better job in the MAP program, because one of the things that we're trying to do is to have more online courses, but I do think that face-to-face...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that you would be able to hit me like you're hitting me now if I had the option to do it online, honestly.
You're exactly right. We need to have some face-to-face. There's some courses that might be taught online, and we have some people who are working full-time jobs, and you can work a full-time job and still be a foster parent, because we do have many, many options for foster parents.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm an adopted parent of D-rate children, and we were able to online do a lot of our continuing training that we have to do because of the D-rate children. And we were able to do that online, and that was nice. I don't know that I'd not want to do the MAPs the way we did it in the company of the social workers and with everybody there. It was so much more. But the continuing education I could see doing online.
You're exactly right, and that's what we're trying to do, is to broaden the options that are available once you become a foster parent, that you might be able to take your continuing courses online. And, we have so many parents who are possibilities that we want to make this as simple as possible, but still, potential foster parents have to go through a background check. They have to go through training. We want to have the best foster parents that we can. Yeah,
you absolutely do.
Director, this is Steve. Let me ask you a question. One thing that I noticed in the report, and I'm a dad, but I'm not going through the process like Angelina is, and I'm not an adoptive father like Jeff is. But one thing that I noticed in the report, which I didn't know, was that kinship caretakers receive less money.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and that's
crazy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, some of that, and it's not every kinship parent. this is an arcane rule that came about in 1996 when welfare reform occurred. And so we have, when a child comes to care with a relative, we have to look back at what the situation would have been based on those 1996 rules. And I think the idea at the time was good, that they wanted to put the highest priority on those people who had the lowest income. So those are old rules, and it is not something that we want to continue, but that is the federal law. And there's
Really?
Yes. You know, if we had a choice, everything being equal, we would have everyone paid the same amount. There's a state law that's being considered now that would make that would pay out of state funds, not federal funds, because most of consideration when we actually interviewed the parties. And I do believe our workers are sensitive enough so that they can talk to the reporters who are making these calls and say there seems to be no substance to what you're reporting. Now, you know, you always have two sides to every story.
Yes.
And you know, if there's a divorce going on, it can get contentious, and we have to take that into consideration.
Mm-hmm. Now, I did have a question regarding the wraparound. One of the things that I found out during my MAP classes is that there's a sector of special agents, I guess, that would go out and you know, kind of wrap their arms around a child that might be a little delinquent and try to get there before the police come so that they can help diffuse whatever the situation is. Now, my question in regards to that is, one that I've come in contact was clear about the fact that they were doing this because they were a child advocate and they wanted the best for kids. So I can't see not one person saying that they wouldn't want to educate the public.
Angelina, that's a great way to start off my Monday morning. I appreciate it.
Director Browning, I want to say thank you. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to give us a call up here.
Yeah,
Well, I
you.
appreciate you having me on and look forward to future opportunities.
Yeah.
So you have a great week. Take care.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. It's so important.
I could have kept them on, for a lot
Oh,
longer.
yeah.
Oh,
Easily.
Easily.
One question that somebody sent in, maybe one question is, I understand there's a waiver process for live skin in order to explain past issues. Do you guys know about that?
Well, they said you could go get your life scan, but if you have a felony and if you have this, if you have a DUI, forget it. You're not going to get through it. You can definitely file the waiver, but they're not going to allow you to do it. So I think the waiver is there because you can't, tell people no, they can't change their life. But what I understand from my experience, and Jeff, you'd have to, talk about yours. Mm-hmm. You can file it if you want to, but they're not letting you near any kids. Period. And I'm thankful for it.
Now, okay, another question, and maybe you guys know the answer to this too, is say the mother's done something wrong, okay, and so the mother goes to jail, and the grandparents step up, okay, to take care of the child. Mm-hmm. But the grandmother had something in her past 30 years ago. Is that going to still be an issue today?
I don't know about that. I really don't. But I would imagine, yeah. I mean, they don't want to run the risk of the child being any more damaged than they already were. And if the only family member you got is a grandmother, I mean, what do you think, Jeff? I don't think that they're going to...
It depends on what it is, what the issue was in the past, the severity of it.
Maybe if it was a 30-year-old DUI, they would probably give you a chance. But if you abuse some child, they're not giving you that. Yeah, you're done.
Right. No, I get that. I understand that. A lot of the questions that I got, and I got tons of them, was about DCFS stepping in and removing a child from a home because of an allegation, and the allegation proved to not be substantiated.
Yeah, and we did a show
and what they have to go through to get their kids back is a nightmare. And one woman says, if you don't have the $5,000 or $10,000 or $20,000 to get private care, you'll be doing this for a long time to try to get your child back.
Well,
yeah, there's no you can watch glaciers move in the time courts take.
Yeah,
but no, they do make every effort to get the issue resolved and make sure, and try to. The onus on them is to get the kid back to the parent if that's at all possible. So, they do study that. They do research it. If it is a false allegation, if it is just a misunderstanding, they get the child back. If it's a genuine issue, the anger control issue or something that a parent has, and it doesn't seem to be life-threatening, then there are courses that the parent can take, and there are steps that they go through in order to get the child back.
Yeah, and it'll take a while.
Yeah, but I mean, it's better,
I think
better to err on the side of overcautiousness for that child.
Yeah, that's true. But we have heard of cases where there were, like refusal of medical treatment, and your child is taken. Or the impression that you were refusing medical treatment. Like I remember a year and a half ago, I think that we did a show, and there was an infant that was going to the hospital, and the doctor there wanted to do a particular procedure, and they said, you know what, we're going to go somewhere else. And the doctor didn't like that and called Child Protective Services and took the child. And the parents was like, well, we have an appointment to see somebody else. Like, you have the right to say, I want a second opinion, and it wasn't life-threatening. You remember that?
They had the child... I'm not sure the disposition now, but they had a child that they kept in the hospital.
Yeah.
Because the parents didn't necessarily agree with how the treatment was.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to having more of these shows.
Yeah, I am too.
Because of the amount of emails and stuff that I got. I actually had a school board reach out and say, hey, you know what? Can you arrange a town hall meeting, something over here at our schools?
Yes.
We need to do that. We need to talk to these schools and see what kind of programs that we can help the DCFS put together that these high school students can get something similar to a MAP class. And not in the sense of, telling them all about child abuse, but in the sense of how to raise your child and how to have the patience and how to, not think that if you're a single parent, you have to be hard on your kid. And you're not raising pit bulls. You're raising human beings that are supposed to feel love and compassion and
I'm a single parent. Do I treat Tyler like a pit bull?
No, I don't think you do.
Okay.
I'm just saying that there's a thing now that, especially with single women, that they want to be harder on their kid.
Overly structured?
No, overly harder. Like, no sympathy. If you fall and break your arm, get up, it don't hurt that bad. Like overly crazy because they're trying to put the man in them because they're a woman and they don't think that they can do it. And that's a misconception in and of itself. If you're a man, you kind of are going to grow up to be a man. That's genetically what it is going to be. Now, whether or not you're a responsible man and a productive person in society, that could actually be taught by your mother. But she's not teaching you how to go pee in the stall. I mean,
write your name in the stall.
Hit the Cheerios.
Can I pivot?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I want to pivot. Toyota this morning announced, actually it was last night,
I know,
that Toyota is leaving California.
I know.
Okay? They are leaving California for Plano, Texas. They are taking 5,000 employees.
Yeah. You mean that they're taking the employees?
Managers. 5,000 are being relocated at Toyota's expense.
Wow. That's
They're
a huge move.
Toyota said, you know what? To do business in California now is very, very difficult. We're overtaxed, overregulated. We just cannot keep this up. Okay?
And I mean, how loud do the businesses have to be in California before you catch on? Because Texas is having a good old time.
Okay. I said the other day, and you got mad at me, too much government.
Yes.
Now,
And I said to you,
Toyota in their press release cited too much government,
I think
too
they
much
said too many.
regulation.
Yeah, they said too many regulations. They didn't say too much government. Steve Benson.
What press release did you read?
The same one you did, or maybe you got a different one from Fox. I don't know.
Oh,
I probably read the real one.
You know what? Oh, wow.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
It's about the regulations, and I said we need to go through the regulations. Somebody needs to go through these regulations, and they need to make sense. If your regulation is to make sure that we're not smogged up, then that's a great regulation. You know what I mean? Like, it has to make sense. It has to make sense to the environment. It has to make sense to the business owner. That's a no-brainer. And you do need to pay attention to the fact that you're losing companies left and right. That's kind of crazy.
Right. Occidental Petroleum, just a few months back, they said we're leaving 60 big companies have left California.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. And this is not good.
No, not at all.
I would have thought, and you know what's interesting is Governor Rick Perry didn't even have to court these people.
No.
He didn't even have to approach them. They, on their own,
they
said,
heard.
we're out of here.
Well, yeah, it's just a
Okay.
reputation of being, helpful to the businesses.
Yeah.
They
And no sale, no what is it? No employment tax? What is it in Texas?
I don't know. What do you mean employment tax? I don't know. But Toyota already. Here's one thing that's interesting, and a lot of people I'm sure don't know this. 75% of all Toyotas are now manufactured in America.
Wow.
75%. You would have thought. What's funny?
I just wonder where you get your numbers from sometimes. That's it.
Toyota's press release.
Okay. On Fox.
No,
Toyota's
their
press
release.
Okay.
Toyota.
This isn't Fox. This is paper.
Okay.
Okay. All right. That's a huge number.
No, that is huge.
Toyota trucks are built in San Antonio. So it was a natural for them to
it's
say,
a no-brainer.
We got to get out of here, okay? They spent $2.5 billion building that truck facility.
Whew.
Okay? That's huge dollars.
It is. You can't fight it.
But this is a situation where you would think that Sacramento would do whatever they had to do to keep Toyota here.
Yeah. I don't know what they're lagging for. I don't know. I really don't. I mean, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
But I did hear that they're doing all that they can to make this not happen.
California?
Yes.
Well, it's a done deal. Toyota's done. They're already leaving. Okay. Donald Sterling.
Yeah.
I got to do this. Okay. I have to talk about this.
Okay.
The Clippers lost last night.
Yeah.
Okay. They came out originally in protest with their shirts on backwards.
Right.
Okay. Inside out. Do you think Donald Sterling should be allowed to still own the team?
Allowed to still own the team because he's racist?
Yes.
I mean, there's tons of racists that own tons of companies across the nation. How do you say that you can't own something because you're racist?
I'm asking you, okay?
Oh,
that was Magic Johnson said he should have to sell the team.
I think that if he loved the sport like he says that he does, out of respect of the sport, he should step down. But whether or not he has the right to own it as a racist, of course he does. Of course he does. But this still goes back to exactly what I said.
Nobody will play with him.
They're going to play with him. Let's be real. As long as the money is green, they're going to play with him.
If the Clippers free agent, if they were a free agent, every player right now, how many do you think would bail?
I don't think there would be a lot of them that bail.
What?
Money is green and it talks loud. Stop playing.
Okay.
Stop it.
Okay, I totally disagree.
I understand.
Okay? I think they would move to other teams.
If there was places, but
okay.
I mean, okay, so if another team sprung out, if Magic said, "Okay, I'm creating another team, you can come here," then they would all go.
What do you think about his girlfriend that sold this tape?
I think that she did what she was supposed to do. She's a mistress. What kind of woman is a mistress? What? She did exactly what a mistress does. She looks out for herself. She's not the number one. They said his mistress. Give me a break. That wasn't his wife. And she's got hours of footage. She knew exactly what she was doing.
She's got more than just what's out?
Oh, yeah. She's got hours of footage.
This is because she doesn't want that $1.8 million lawsuit.
Because she wants to make sure she's cushed. She's a
already
mistress.
cushed.
She wants more. Daddy done gave her a taste, and now she wants some more. But I'm just saying, it still goes back to what I was saying when we were talking about Clive last week and his comment that he made. And it's like, and I told you about that. And really?
Yeah.
How long are you going to figure that out, Steve?
Yeah.
Hey, Michael, are you calling in because we're talking about the Clippers?
Yes, I am.
Uh-oh.
I can't believe it. After what we talked about on Friday with that Calvin Bundy guy,
Yeah.
I stood this the next day and my head practically exploded.
Yeah.
Look, here's the thing. There's so many levels to this. What should happen? What would I like to happen? What would I like to happen? I gotta tell you right now, guys. It would be great for Silver, commissioner, to give this guy the full extent of what needs to happen, or what could happen to him, according to what the other owners want to happen. Whatever they accept, they have to vote on it. And he should meet with the other owners, right?
It is a franchise. You can revoke a franchise, can't you?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think that's possible, but that might be possible. I don't know. But here's what I would like to see happen. One, he's forced to sell the Clippers, and Magic buys them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or two, the Clippers are now defunct and vanished because, let's face it, the redheaded stepchild of the Los Angeles anyways, and then have them turn back into the Supersonics and go back to Seattle, and there's no more Clippers because I don't think this guy deserves a legacy or anything. That's my opinion.
I agree. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's terrible that the Clippers are in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And this had to happen now.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they want to play their heart out, and the fans want to be there for them, and look at who's owning them.
Yeah.
How long was she sitting on this recording? When was the picture
It was
of Magic
pretty
Johnson put
fresh.
up?
I don't think she sat on it long.
She didn't wait until the playoffs to
Oh, baby.
drop the bomb on it?
I say boycott all the clothing, boycott the game, boycott everything. These players, they need to. Hey, look, Chris Paul is going to opt out. I think the last year, Doc Rivers. I mean, there's ways for you to get out of that team. I think there's got to be some type of legality that will enable them, in light of this situation, to get out of the team.
Yeah, some morals clause, something.
Yeah.
Okay? I mean, there's got to be something that would allow people to do that.
You would hope. But the reality still comes back to the fact that we need to have more conversations, because we have a lot of people that have really screwed up thinking. And until we put everything on the table, you know, the problem is that we've got all these race problems because people don't want to talk about them. They don't want to put them out there. They don't want to rationalize it. They don't want to make their voice heard so someone can educate them on maybe how they're thinking. This guy is a lunatic, and he's rationalizing it.
Yeah. See, my parents know him, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and had dealt with him. And I'll tell you right now, my mom has nothing nice to say about this guy.
Oh, I'm sure.
Okay?
I'm sure.
Nothing at all.
But here's the thing. We can take that position, and I think it's a great thing in theory, but it's not teaching any lessons. All it's saying is that if you hate people, don't tell anybody about it.
Yeah,
Don't let it
yeah.
be public.
Keep it underground.
We can't keep doing that because it's not going to go away. That's my point. We need to let these people talk so that we can rationalize with them, so we can educate them. Somebody's going to change their opinion once they get educated correctly. This guy thinks that he was right. And if you were to ask him, do you hate black people? He would probably say, no, I don't hate them, but you can't put them next to me.
Well,
you can't let everybody know that I know him like that.
How can his mistress?
That's what he said.
How can
Yeah.
his mistress be half black and half Hispanic?
She's not, is she?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Does he know?
She asked him that on one of the.
And
You
he said-
know I'm mixed, right?
Yeah, and he was like, you are? What?
I didn't hear that one.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Didn't you know that? No.
Oh, yeah, he didn't
That's
know.
what she said.
Yeah, he didn't know. And she's not hot.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I didn't watch the Clippers last night, Michael, and I'm not going to watch them anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to just say that Donald Sterling doesn't represent his family. I used to be friends with Joanna Sterling, his daughter. His wife, I don't know his wife, but, it doesn't represent anybody but himself. This guy stands on an island, and the reason why I bring that up is because he is Jewish, and he has, believe me, I was talking to somebody on Saturday night that said, well, what, do Jewish people, or do they love African American? Like, everybody in my world that's Jewish loves the African American community. Do they feel the same way? I said, I hope so. And then he proceeded to tell me a story when there was busing. He was in Virginia, and he was the only white kid on a bus, and he got beat up every day by African American kids on the bus, like in the early '80s. And I said, well, I can understand that you have associations. I have the opposite associations, because when the African American kids were bused in, we felt like they were movie stars and they were rock stars, and it was the opposite thing because Los Angeles has a different kind of a contingency, I would guess. Mm-hmm. So the fact is that if this guy stands on an island, and I would hope people know that.
Yeah, but you know what? His island's not so small, and that's what we really need to know.
Here's the thing: is that every community, green, yellow, whatever, has these beliefs, and this is the message. Not a cause to let down for some kind of say, oh well, this contingency believes this or that contingency believes that. I think this is important, just like what we talked about on Friday, is that, look, this is rampant wherever. Just because you're persecuted, and maybe this guy felt because maybe he was persecuted because he's 80 years old, maybe he had ancestors, and I don't know, they were persecuted. Maybe he feels it's okay for him to talk this way. But it's not. And other people that have felt persecuted in the past, it doesn't give them a green light to feel a negative association towards somebody else just because anything other than their character.
Here.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the only thing I wanted to say, because my head's going to burst all week.
Yeah.
This is a big subject for me. And I don't know. This is really, it's not cool. And actually, Angelina, for some reason, you're not my Facebook friend. You don't like me.
What do you mean? I am your Facebook friend. I see you all the time.
All you got to do is accept my friend request. It's sitting there deep somewhere in your mail or something. But I just posted this on Facebook because I had to say something publicly, because this is just, where do you ever wonder, like, if you can go back and, like, if you were born in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s, how would you react? How would you stand as far as what was going on in the world at the time? Yeah. Something's happening right now. A little something's happening right now. As big as what, this is just an owner of an NBA team, but it's still pretty important. And where do you want to stand? And I wanted to say something about this now, and that's why I'm calling now. And I think it's important that people do something about anybody that acts like this towards anybody, other than judging them on the character. And that's the big thing with me. And I think it's a problem just in the world in general. I mean, it causes a lot of problems. And that's all I have to say.
That's the truth.
I agree. Right. Thanks for calling, Michael.
Thank you, Mike.
All right, talk to you guys soon.
All right, bye. He took to Facebook right away on Saturday. Mm-hmm. Okay, and started posting and stuff. And basically what he said is the thing that I've said: one planet, one people. If you don't like somebody based on their character, well, that's one thing.
Yes.
Okay.
It is. Uh-huh.
And that's the way it's got to be. Yeah, Donald Sterling. I really believe. I would like to see the NBA take his team away.
Well,
I would like to see that.
It would happen just like Paula Dean's stuff was removed from Walmart. It would happen just like that.
His players don't want to play for him.
Oh, I know they don't.
Okay.
I know they don't. That's
they
terrible.
Don't, okay.
Why would any of them why would anybody with any type of integrity want to work for him?
Right, and I think that any player there has the right, based on what is going on, to find some loophole in his contract.
If it's in there.
Okay? I think so. And if the NBA backs him up, I'd like to see Donald Sterling have to pay off everybody's contract.
Yeah. Wow. That'd be nice.
That's what I'd like to see.
Okay? That'd be nice.
Will Magic Johnson go buy the team? No, I don't think so. I don't think he could even raise the money.
Magic?
No, come on. He's already got too much going on.
Magic, don't sleep on Magic.
Okay. I'm not, but I'm.
If he
I'm
wanted to
saying
do, are you kidding? His name is Magic.
$1 billion, the
Magic
Dodgers
Johnson.
though.
Right.
Okay.
And he could do it. If he wanted to do it, he could do it. Stop playing.
Okay. Yeah, he could probably muster up enough people.
Muster.
Okay.
Okay.
And and put together something. But I would like to see Donald Sterling lose the team. I'd like to see,
He should step down. He doesn't like him. It must kill him to be around him so much.
Immediately, I put out on Twitter that he was up to get the NAACP
Yes.
Lifetime Achievement
Isn't
Award.
that
Yes.
something?
And they revoked that.
Yeah, it took one day. Mm-hmm. One day.
How about doing some research? I mean, it was no.
Well, what are
There's
you
no
going to do
surprise.
if you don't speak on your racist undertones?
He's been in trouble being a slum
Oh, that's
lord
right, he
and
has
everything.
been.
Yeah.
He's dirty.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
dirty.
He has, and I had heard that from my folks 20 years ago about this guy. Okay, that this
Nothing-
guy was terrible.
Yeah.
Never to do a real estate deal with this guy.
Wow.
Yeah, he's scum. So that's it.
Well, yeah.
That's so. I'd like to see him lose the team, and I'd be really, really.
It would
happy.
be nice. I'm just
There's
like
got to be something in the rules with the NBA on like Michael said, like a morals clause. There's something where you can
Is it
lose the
gonna be?
franchise.
My mom just sent me a text, and I'll paraphrase, but she did that. She said he did something, and she got furious, and she and my dad went to arbitration,
wow.
and they won.
Good for them.
Okay.
Is there anybody
And-
in your family doesn't know?
No, but yeah, but the guy's just no good, and I'd like to, I thought it was great when Magic Johnson said, "I'm never going to another Clippers
Yeah.
game."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch their attendance drop.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and watch how they play in the.
And I know some Clipper fans. I'm going to ask them how they're feeling right now.
Yeah, they don't even. The players don't even care if they win.
No,
They could
don't.
care less.
They don't,
No.
because aren't they going to get paid regardless?
Of course.
Okay, so then just
Yeah.
throw the game.
Yeah, watch Donald Sterling will sue him for throwing the game.
Yeah.
You can't prove
Okay.
it.
Yeah, I know.
I bounced twice.
I know.
I was traveling.
Yeah, I know. All right, we're about done for today. I know we may have had a couple of technical
little
issues
hiccup.
at the
we?
top end, but we got them all worked out.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, it was great having Director Browning here, and I could have asked him. One question that people were saying on and on and on was, if DCFS takes the kids out of a home, why we can't get them back? If it's proven that the allegation was unsubstantiated,
They do get them
They
back.
do get them back.
They do
yeah,
get 'em
but
back.
what they have to go through to get the kids
Well,
back.
I mean, they're trying to keep the kids safe. And if, in all honesty, if something really did happen, you obviously need some intervention as a parent. And it doesn't have to be. I mean, it's going to be hard on you. But one of the things that they definitely promote in the MAP class is your relationship with the biological parent. So you're working with them. You're talking to your child. As
Yeah.
long as you're not a lunatic parent.
And that's one thing people don't understand. Even if there is an issue and they pull the kids, it's not necessarily a forever thing. If the parent is genuinely interested in turning themselves around, does all the requirements, they'll get the kids back. It's
Right.
not a forever thing.
Right.
But the parent has to show that they're going to change their ways. And
DCFS has to make sure that they're putting those kids in quality homes.
right.
Yeah, that was a lot of that. I got a lot of questions like that. Okay, you got to make sure you're putting them in quality homes. All right, we're done. We'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for making AV Newscast the #1 news talk radio program in the Antelope Valley. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.